Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. I got 3 fragrances for you guys here today that are cloning all the same exact thing, and they're all really affordable, under 30 bucks, 25, maybe $20 and under. So I just want to kind of expose which one I think did the best job. Up first, I want to go over my latest purchase, and that is Kenneth Cole's Moonlight Blue. And immediately, when I first smelled this thing, I thought Bleu de Chanel. And even when I'm smelling it now, I think Bleu de Chanel. In the opening mostly. What it's lacking, that Bleu de Chanel has, in my opinion, is the Kenneth Cole leans more on just being a freshie, whereas Bleu de Chanel leans on being a little bit more versatile. It has more body. It's got that powdery, warm, inviting thing, some of that sweet amber. The Kenneth Cole doesn't have that. It's got the woodiness. It's got some of a little bit of like the sandalwood going on there, and a lot of the citrus, but it's missing some of that warm, inviting, ambery powderiness. The Kenneth Cole has touches of powder, but it doesn't have all of it. And I think there's a little bit of Sauvage mixed in with this. And unfortunately, the performance is not good on this. I'm not getting more than like 2.5 or 3 hours, and I almost got 0 hours if I'd have broke this thing. So it's a good gym fragrance. If you like Bleu de Chanel and you want something that would work in the gym, this is like the gym alternative to that. As far as being a direct clone, it's probably 80% there, 75% to 80% there as far as the scent profile, mixed in with some other, the freshness of like Dior Sauvage. And that's what this is. Up next, one that when I went to the rack store at my local Burlington, y'all were putting it on blast for a little while. It was like, I don't know if it was brand new, but it was hitting the rack stores at the time. And I was specifically looking for this fragrance, and lo and behold, it was there. That is Kings and Queens by Milestone. I think this is a Milestone. Whatever. It's one of those. The little sticker got taken off the bottom. I'm pretty sure it's a Milestone. Some atomizers, though. So this one is like an interesting twist on Bleu de Chanel, because at the beginning, instead of being so much of a citrusy grapefruit ginger bright opening, it has like more mint or something. Bleu de Chanel has mint, but it's not a focal point. It's just they're kind of elevating some of the freshness in a clean way. This one is like focusing more on that point. It's got like a cooling factor a little bit. And it's a little sloppy. It's kind of hard to pick out the notes in this. You can tell that there's, you can tell the citruses that are in there. There's definitely like some bergamot. I'm not picking up any kind of distinct grapefruit, but there's definitely some of the tart citruses with a lot of that mint, and it starts getting into that woody, powdery body, but it misses it in a lot of spots. So as far as being a clone, I think, and it's ultra synthetic. Sounds like I'm really downgrading this thing. It smells good. As a standalone fragrance, it smells good. But as far as being a clone of Bleu de Chanel, I kind of think they didn't do that good of a job. They set the bar really high on themselves. They got some fragrances that they just nailed it. Woody Oud, or Oud Wood, whatever it's called. They killed that thing. They nailed it. The amber leather, they got some that are just phenomenal clones, and others that just aren't. Smells good, but not Bravery Hero. That thing smells absolutely nothing like Burberry Hero. It's like more like Dior Homme Intense or something like that. It smells good, but it doesn't smell like Burberry Hero. So this is another one that just didn't do Bleu de Chanel that good. You can tell they tried to, but it's almost like they were making it and they're like, stop, let's just get this thing out there real quick. And the performance is about 3.5 or 4 hours on me. I think some of y'all were saying you got good performance. I did not so far. Up next, Mace Nauhammer's Mera de Blue. I think this replaced the Blue de Chance. I think they just changed the name up. They be doing that. So I think that's what's going on with this one. The cap is very weak. It does not click into place. It's not magnetic, which is super disappointing. I was hoping that it would have been, because Blue de Chanel is. And the atomizer is pretty weak. This smells a lot more like Blue de Chanel. Still leaning a little bit more on like a bergamot side rather than a subdued grapefruit ginger pop with the mint kind of elevating it. This leans more on a tart citrus bright, like the bright part of like a tart citrus, like even like a lemony thing. So as far as the opening, this is even brighter than Blue de Chanel and fresher and more citrus driven. You get 25 or 30 minutes into the dry down and it starts, like this has weird notes in it. It's got like melon and things that like Blue de Chanel doesn't have, but it starts becoming very close to the original. Very close, almost indistinguishably close. The main difference is this starts to lose, from what I've seen, this starts to lose all that citrus that was going on, almost vanishes, and a little bit is just lingering there and keeping all that warm body, there's something about that rich, hearty, powdery, nutmeg, amber, sandalwood body of Blue de Chanel that I like, and this one really captures that very well. And Blue de Chanel holds on to a little bit more of that sparkle from the opening. So when you're diagnosing it and you're really trying to figure out the difference, that's the main difference. The body is the same. Blue de Chanel captures a little bit more of that sparkle from the opening and carries that on through the life of it. And the performance, this one got way better over time. I think I was getting terrible performance out of this. Now, it's like the same with Blue de Chanel. I'm getting like 6 hours out of it. Granted, the projection on both of them, even Blue de Chanel, it's almost like the same. I think Blue de Chanel is a little bit stronger. A little bit at the beginning, not even a whole lot. And it's hard to tell because the atomizer is so weak on this. But the projection is probably about average for like an hour. And then coming back to about a 1 foot scent bubble or so for the next 3 or 4 hours. And then it comes back to a skin scent for like 2 more hours. So overall, it's like a 6 or 7 hour fragrance with like 4 hours of actual performance. And that's really what I'm getting in Blue de Chanel too. Like I really don't get, like it's not some kind of beast mode performer. So why would this be? But this is the clear-cut winner out of the 3. It's the most accurate. It lasts the longest. The quality on this is way better than the other 2. Head and shoulders better. So if you want a good alternative, people hate on this thing, but I can see why. They spent the money on Blue de Chanel, and here's a $20 one right here. Granted, the quality isn't as good. The quality is not as good, but this thing gets you, just from like the dry down, it's like 95% there. The opening is like 80 to 85%. And it's the EDT. I stand on that. This is not the EDP, definitely not the Parfum. This is the EDT, and I will die on that hill. So, if you like the EDT, then you'll like this one. And to me, those are the 3 very inexpensive Blue de Chanel alternatives, and which one is the winner? Clear cut. So, with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. Until next time.